Hello friends, welcome to ELS English Literature Studies with Kaur Harpreet. Today I will discuss one more poem by John Donne, that is The Ecstasy. And I've also discussed John Donne as a love poet. If you are interested, you can check that video also. So let's get started with today's topic, that is about the poem The Ecstasy. The Ecstasy, it is a metaphysical poem written by John Donne. It is commonly referred as The Ecstasy. This is the original title of the poem. It consists of 76 lines which are organized into 19 stanzas. Each line is in iambic tetrameter and each stanza follows a basic rhyme scheme, that is AB AB. This poem of John Donne, it is a clear and coherent expression of Donne's philosophy of love. John Donne agrees that true love is spiritual. It is union of two souls, but he does not ignore the claims of the body. Donne believes that the mind and the body are both equally important and necessary when being in love, although the spiritual love is unseen by outsider. Donne believes that the spirit and the body must be separately appreciated but must work together in order to have pure love. Both are equally necessary. Now, what is the meaning of the word ecstasy? It is a state of happiness. It is a feeling of excitement and pleasure, right? This poem, The Ecstasy, is one of Donne's most well-known poems that demonstrate his distinctive understanding of love. Some critics have conceived this poem as an expression of spiritual love, whereas on other side, other critics have conceived this poem, The Ecstasy, as a satirical criticism, right? In this poem, John Donne highlights dual rule of love. Dual means double. If you don't know the meaning of dual, then it means double. That is physical love as well as spiritual love. Basically, this poem deals with the relationship of the body with that of the soul in love, right? The poem begins with an image of two lovers sitting in some landscape, gazing at each other and holding hands, right? And the choice of words by John Donne extrapolate the physical act of love. He has also used natural scenery to show that the act was very human and natural. Imagery was important to show how he and his wife's love transitioned from the physical to the spiritual love, right? As I told that this poem highlights dual rule of love, that is physical as well as spiritual. The souls of the poet and his beloved, as it were, stand out of their respective bodies and hold a dialogue, reveal the true nature of their love. In a religious ecstasy, the soul holds a communion with God, right? Here, the conversation is not between the God and the soul, but it is between the souls of the lover and his beloved. The very first stanza of this poem provides the physical setting of two lovers on the bank of a river overgrown with violets. The lovers sit quiet, looking into each other's eyes and holding hands firmly, right? Then the poet passes on to describe love in a metaphysical term. Firstly, he describes it in physical act, then he describes love in physical terms. The souls of the lovers come out of their bodies and converse with each other. This communication that is going between the souls reveals the true nature of their love. Their love is rather a union of two souls. Each soul appears to keep its identity. Just as by transplantation, the plant grows stronger and better. In the same way, the new soul, which has come out of union of two souls, this new soul has a great strength and vitality, right? The new soul is composed of atoms which are beyond decay. just as the essence of the individual is not the body but the soul, in the same way, the essence of love is not sex but it is mutual dependence and affection, right? And the body is not dross but it is an alloy which is necessary for pure metals to become stronger. The body is the channel here, which act as, we can say, body act as a channel for the souls to intercommunicate with each other, right? Here the through this poem, John Donne demonstrates that the inward union of the body and the soul of a man is achieved through the outward union of both, right? I'm repeating my words, that the inward union of the body and the soul of man is achieved through the outward union of both, right? Body and soul remain at odds within a person until he loves another person, for the reason that the soul realizes this thing through the experience of love. During the love, the soul is freed from the body. It is transplanted into a richer soil, which is the soul of the other person, and it gains a new strength about itself in relation to its body, right? So the body is the channel for the souls to intercommunicate with each other. According to the poet, love is a superpower which brings about a union of two souls and it makes them one at last. Here, John Donne does not ignore the importance of the body, which houses the soul and which is inseparable from it. As the poem moves on, in the next stanzas, the relationship between soul and the body is given in detail, right? And the souls of the lovers express their gratitude to the bodies because it was, we can say, it was through the senses of bodies that they fell in love with each other, right? Even the souls of pure lovers must go back to their bodies, and the image of body is as a book in which love's mystery written is significant one. John Donne feels that physical love is enriched by the mutual understanding of the soul of two lovers. Therefore, the souls must express themselves through the body. The poet feels that love ripens in soul. John Donne says, if some lover observes the poet and his beloved, he will hardly find any change in their behavior when the souls of the lovers return to their bodies. Their love will remain on spiritual plane, so nobody will be able to identify their soul, right? At the end, here Donne masterfully manipulates readers' feelings and staggers them in an abrupt order to criticize spiritual love, and he emphasizes the needs of bodies also, right? Actually, Donne had three stages in his life which we can say, which are reflected in his poetry. In the first one, being a womanizer stage, next being as a devoted husband, and final being his obsession with death phase, right? We see very smooth transition in his poetry to each phase in his life, and in this poem, The Ecstasy, he is able to capture their love, and he is able to describe it in a unique way, that how their love meant to one another, right? So friends, this is all about today's topic. I hope you will like my content, and if you like it, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channel, and if you are new to my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. And friends, if you want to more notes about other poems, you can comment me in the comment section. I will do your needful. Thanks a lot for watching.